من كمي كلدانا يا كلدانا يا ما حيني كوش مدخن دقاريني آوا مثلو أنا خيلي كلدانا يا كلدانا يا كل ينشد بروح بخانة راما كلدانا يا كلدانا يا كلدانا يا يا برونة أمتي جبارة أمت خوال اللخ بسفارة مرمت ديش محباورة كلدانا يا كلدانا يا كلدانا يا كلدانا يا كلدانا يا
شماية عزيزة بشكالة جان زيا أورم إلى نمبر 1 شو.
أنا ملبانة يلدا قلة قدار نشلامي قمايا تأخوني جان زي أورم وقدار نشلامي خنة زودانا الأخواتي سالم جدو وأخواتي وأخوني جان يلدا خوشابو تتهاوى بصيخ أمه وآي قصيدة زين أمرنا دها إلى تجان زي أورم بس وأني بتواب شماء
مقبول.
يا جان زي أورم يا قورة الزونة خاثة يا جان زي أورم يا قورة الزونة خاثة اكطلب طالو صاخوثة وبيثة ملي بركاثة مريم حاسيل بابوخ مرحبة ومرطاواثة تولي أموخ كم خازنوخ قورة نيخة ومكيخة اكشقلت وكياود بهديوثة بعيانة ولبخ بصيخة مريم بتهاوي أموخ وعمرخ بتاوي يريخة بس قالت كم شارته بلوشانة بابا وساوة إيشع وتلميذ دي بقاوة سورة محكاوة كالداي كم يقريلخ لذشولة رابة وطاوة طالخ كياون هوناي يا جان زي أورم كهند إيتا كم يقرت يلباند روح دايم مريا إيل بعيانوخ بصلوثة ديمة مريم مريا إيل بعيانوخ بصلوثة ديمة مريم وكشوقنوخ بشلامه.
بولس شليحة قرتا دلوثة في الساية حاي بارخمار ما ذي سبب أنا بولس يسير دي شو عمشيحة إن بدلوخ وأختو عمه إم سبب دشميلو خون مدبرانوث نعمد لها اتبشلو هلت طالي تخد متوخون دبقاود قليانا بشلمو إذ أطالي رازا تخدك ثولي طلوخو بكرياثا إيقها بدها ويبوخو إن قاروتو نقرتي بتفهموتون إذاعثي براز دمشيحة ادلبش لي ذيئة من ابني ناشا بدار خنه دخت بشلم ويذئة دها بروحة تشليح هدية قديشة وتنوية وآذلة ادعم بدهاوا يالد يرتوثي وهدامت بغري وشريك وعد دي ونقاليون بيشو عمشيحة آوت بشلي أنا خدامد موجب خليت نعمد لهم اتبشله ولتا طالي بخيله طالي أنا ديون بش زورم كلها شليحة بشله ولتا طالي آذي نعمة تدم بشرن بعمي ربوثة دتي روثة دمشيحة ودما فهم انت كل ناشا ميلم دبرا نوثة درازة دوي وكسية من دشنتا قيبد لها دبريل كل من دي دبنافن جيوثة دئيتا ابيشا ميذيتا تريشانة وشلطانة ديلا بشمية حخمثة لها اللكاثة لمنايا شكل ديا آيد ويوم محضرة مقمع المدم كامل لبمارة نيشو عمشيحة بدم إن مهيم نخب قاوي بدها ويبن دم جصرخ القراوة لزدو ثقي بدلها ما ذي سبب اقطلبن لجع زوتون من عذاب.
This is Brooklyn Marie Hadir Yaldo.
I'm Isabella Alos.
This is Abigail Rita Hadir Yaldo.
I'm Grace Davish. Welcome to the John Zia Oram Show.
I'm Maxwell Munder Zoma. Shlama.
Shlama Maxwell. Shlama locha kolochu achawathab chatwathab John Zia Oram. Iu chachni acho Michael Oram, our director, producer, actor, kulmindi. Leilada?
Engineer.
He didn't go to school. Then we got Steve Bahura, citizen of Iraq, Daha, for about a week.
12 days.
12 days. You were first class, huh?
Something like that.
First class.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Biden doesn't fly first class. You have to sit in the back.
Hey, man, we flew first class, came back first class, drove first class, ate first class, sat with the first class.
Man, I don't get jealous because I've been all over the world and back, but I never been back home in first class. Me and Junior kind of snuck our way through business class, but we didn't go first class. We were set back a little bit. So, Shalom Alocho, we Mochu, YouTube, or Facebook, or jzoram.com. Itten kabir hammin dani idyuk sapruch tadat turshaba or bushaba or ruto walahan yawul bilki bdod all the shit zaid khurto ta min dani diyan dila nashidiyan the khiyub ayasho akhni kaldiyan wakhni sarai nothing else كل من دي دمرخ لأنتني محكن ولا بإنجليزي يمكن محصل ما طلفان ملب بشات بدعايات بس لك محكن that because it means nothing to me. ليلات باري لا طالن وطلوخو تدعيش غبث من دي تخازق له قموخو خمن دي كمن دمر قمخونا باتريك كاكوس تقارة تعزياته. Thank you, Patrick. is كبير ناشدي ينزل من كبير الشبثو دمرنوخو يدي ترشابو وروتا شو أسرة خمسرية ملدها أنا كذا تليسيش تشو هرماخو تيلي مي متعولي كون كان مي خلي مي كخكلي مي God bless him ألام حاسيلا ألا شاوق لكل عائلة دييد مصالي اللي كلنا مصالح طلي لا هراني ها كبيرة كزالة but أنا لما بقرته والي تمل خوشابو محكي ديوب شو لكوي بنحكنه أوقنا بشعالة عائلتي لبشعالة ولدها لكي ضخميلة زلنا الأرجن كير ذكر من شمة شركة المستشفى تولن تامو خواد يعني هيلث كير كمي بأمريكا رنديلا خواد دخوة قوي يبقى خمشي تامو بشعار ماي كورونا كودويران قواي was an excellent physician assistant كما في إلى كينيا درسته شركة up there كمان قال what's wrong كذا before from test وفم من داني كمالي بعيت وعائلت وخاخلة كذا خميلاش على they haven't figured it out كمان قايلة كمان متولنادخ when they couldn't figure out corona so أنا لك من محكن هذا قاموا because I knew what you used to tell me and I still believe the old way But man, I got me thinking. When you have a physician assistant in the hospital ربطة توتا بقبة تمل لاقم شاطة تتة كمان يو بشعالة عائلتي ليلة مختاي تريهم لا يبا درخشة لا يبا الزالة إيبا ليلة لتا قشمة قوة أنا قبلي بربي مخيشكو كم شمنا بشعالة وش إلي ولي بالسر أنا ثوالي already flew 2 weeks ago كلنا بيثايل شو لكن قارلا فلو لكن ما قارلا سو دربارا لجنوخو الليلة الشقة كودك شالخوة قم كورونا هركز على 2-3 days خواث مريديو برد خاثي برد
ترى كذا دليوت بس عاديثن هم خلنا إلى
نو زيار منه دابل باي أنا كذا بو ماي ماخو بتورونتو بعراق بإسرائيل أنا خوري دتي تعمل عزيلة إسرائيل هذايين كمن تشكيسم وخاي ستورت سانويز كواخب شو محامي Camry, I've been laying on the couch in my daughter's house. He had a baby. 10 days b'shala. I can't even get on the flight. لكن ميلا هذا منه ليون أنا expert بث مندي بس خادر بالا لجانه ما قدرت باروتو نزلوخو دوكا لي لازم زلوخو لزلوخو نتوتو من ناشو قحكوتو أغني كامرو خالام حاسي لاخة تعزيات يا دعوة أنت نياثا كيبود عين نقطة أختوخا من بالتلفزيون أنت نياثا كيبود نمرخ لوخو ماك شمخ بس أنا كم عيشنث من دي قمر بوزر شي هذا I'm told فرج لي هاي ديترويت لاينز جيم هلا زي لي بلقي عيني لك بثخيوه ورين بشعاله وسو زلي CVS تدم رخلو زوني تايلانول ليثن زوني زنك ليثن زوني عليونا محكوي الأربيل يا العراق دافع لخ من تام أنا بمارة ديترويت ميشيغان
كل من دي تاماني
إيه وآخر بمارة
مو إلى كل بزواني بخشوي إلى like you know قرصة عادي بس لا قرصة عادي
صدروا بارا اللي جانوخو بث من دي ومحكوخ للCVS ووالجرين دينا مغزويات أخونا ستيف أوبيات يعني حبايات كنت كامروخ young people ديان علام حاسيلا دي لا بشتاية زلة وان دي لا بشتاية ده ليلة حشيشة خانا وخطواته ليلة دمي عايش قل دوب إلى حبايات على دلاوثك تارق للناشا يا إذا يعني young people ديان especially منوني ديان
دد
مرة شقليلة مرة
عملية من ديك
أوبت يعني إلى حبايات عار أخني كمرخو كوني وسوسيان زل ختام العراق أني كيو على طلي تدو ذي لا slow down آخا يا لزورديا لكن ما قال 14-15 مليون كيتس بشاتها كلها شقليلة وكبيرة من نيلا بزالة من نيويورك وديترويت بس خمن دي غزالي كم شقلالة إديو إني كامرخ والجرين وCVS لولا حبايات يا درمانان التجان أورم كاميرا مزب وذلا صدل إمة حكومة أمريكا اصرب بليون دولار ولا تشيك تا حكومة اصرب مليار قارت لا بليونز ان ولا اصرب بليون أخوات وخثوات عيد كزالن كذا خلات راسك زون أخسباق مني because I control everything right سيدليات ان ولا اصرب بليون بس ما قال أجنيوه لأن دامي they don't go to jail they don't get charged نيل $3 billion violation ticket اسرة billions ما قوذ له وما قناش مثله يعني they admit إديو ميرا أخنيم زبنن we want to settle the case أي كده ثوثيلا أمريكا كده تاخت وهو أي خطرة فارماسي كورخ والله كارينغهام واخف ديترويت واخف تامو Perry drugs واني هاي ما ودلاني هاي ميلا
مو إلى بشتهر big business
إصابة
مو آخر لك بعد ياوي لغ درمانة بسمتك ياوي لغ درمانة تعيش تبقاوي حتى تهتشي بوادا
about me getting Timmel Tylenol or zinc or other stuff from CVS those are over the counter
well, right now there's a scientist that يمد دي لببراي هذا خبقاويش قالوا ولا ببياش لاصح واني دي لمخي I'm خاطئ إيثن خدشاي قال على white pine needle tea and شاتوتو لرندا
I know you told me about it. Where do you buy that? Actually?
Amazon.com anywhere white pine needle tea شاتت تتقلاصات بيومه.
So they settled an opiate case today, IOP, for $10 billion violation, not $10.
ليلة شو بدي طالع.
That's nothing,
That's
right?
nothing. إلى pennies.
But how many people died from it? They
lot.
know well their pharmacy was writing these scripts, right?
Millions of
They
people.
were selling these scripts and knew that these
They
kids...
didn't question the doctors.
They didn't question the
زي لا
doctors.
scripts بيثاي وهذا يلا بملايي ولما يرى أف دكتور قيل البكثاو أوقا درمانانة تأث ناشا.
No, they were part of the deal most of the time. They admitted to
They were-
$10 billion
they were
in
in on it.
opiate sale.
Yeah.
I'm talking CVS and the Walgreens right now, and Walgreens owns Rite Aid. Aetna owns CVS, so there ain't nobody left. Aetna, I think, bought Publix. That's the other drugstore.
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't say they were cartels.
They're worse. At least you know who the cartel is.
So please be careful. Please. This is, Steve, my life here, been through everything. Right, Brother Sam? He's watching. I never seen anything like this. It's an underworld inside these corporations,
Yeah.
feeding us from our young kids to the marijuana situation that they're all going to be in it in 5 years. You can go there and order marijuana from a pharmacy, he'll give you
جان
to you.
هذا من إخالا من شتاين إلى كل من دي مسمى. ليبو خازت خبوشة لا برتقال خستيك الليلة مخ كيميائيات.
That's for us.
كده خوب قاود عراق هذا ما دخلن لخمة رزة
Fresh.
ولا
organic, right?
تشهيلن ولا مبخلن ولا أبويا
You didn't hold
بريلة.
your chest after you had read
هذا
meat.
عادي لا ثوابن شو مدي هذا ثيري قبل تتيو ما ثتوري فطيري بيئة واللخمة هذا خلي يوصل اللخمة ولا ثاب محركن
Or is that in Baghdad or?
لا آخر بيث كمل.
Oh,
بس ببغداد عادي ياخذ جيمر ولخمة وما تكيبت شو من الكبار.
Camilo Gila organic, then Amazon buys Whole Food. So is it Amazon organic or Whole Food is the organic? Which part is organic of which part?
مو مشكلة إلى there's so much
Lobbyists.
fine print in it that it's loophole
You need
over
5
loophole.
pair of glasses to read it.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
ليه
I was
بغلبتها
just-
ليه
I was just
بغلبتها.
sad what happened to our seniors, Yani Darminno Guru and shit. And what is happening to them, I think medication is doing same thing opiate did to the kids. And they keep, because you can't blame the doctors. You can't blame the hospitals. Or you can blame the hospital. They're in the money business. They don't really care who you are. Go sit outside. You don't like it, leave.
They're bored.
Leave. You don't want to stay here, go. What business can you own beside airline like Delta? If your shit doesn't like you at the gate, she delays you. She say, we can't put you on. We need to move you. You can't say a word. Beside hospitals.
Yeah, hospitals are a business now.
5 airlines, 5 hospital brands, 5 car companies. But they're killing us now. Now they turn the think on the bodies of Americans. Not Vietnam War, not Korean War, not World War II or War I, not so-called, I was in Iraq war. That was not a war. That was an invasion. And not Lebanon war. Nothing can do what these corporations are doing to us.
Ethan method بإنجليزي comrade. A person healed is a customer lost. So the hospitals, the pharmaceuticals, they're not going to heal you. Lizzie ما بسميله.
You sold me $140 in NyQuil and everything else yesterday. I ain't bought a NyQuil in 20 years.
Yeah.
Because I can't understand why I'm coughing. It goes away. Look at it now. Perfect.
You're not the only one, John. There's a lot of people that I know from here to Canada to all over the place that are the same شقلتها ضد
I just told you that. When I was
وانت
going,
خا خورن همينا انت
yeah,
ونفسد من دي وتعمل بقعد كندا الى كلش عار.
worse, right? And I know one thing, I know as when California, you taught me that a little bit politically, and I've been in it a long time, and New York makes a move, Michigan follows. California and New York announced either end of this week or next week indoor masking. There's your business, going down the drain again. After they already had millions of people die, and nobody have any explanation. One government leaves, another comes.
Just like they don't have an explanation for your cough.
She told me that, Steve.
We don't know
Bahura.
what it is.
She literally told me that 24
You know why?
hours
You know why
ago.
they say
And I'm
we
in the
don't-
healthcare business.
You know why they say we don't know what it is?
Huh.
Because they know what it is, but they don't want to say what it is. It's a side effect.
Wow.
I promise you that.
I don't know. I just know.
Myocarditis has gone up 100 times. Times 100 in
is
Canada. A report just came out.
What is my what is
Myocarditis. It's a heart condition. في 100 سقلة بقاد Canada بقاد قورة 100 times the cases.
So what's
So that's not a coincidence.
You have to be cautious and you have to be careful. But don't trust no one.
They lied to us, John.
They'll lie to us.
They lied
They're
to
still
us.
lying.
Yeah, and they're still lying.
I told you, I fell to 20. I'm boosted. I did everything the law tell me to do, right? I took my, how many shots were they? 2 or 3?
The first two.
First 2.
And
I
then
did the
there was
booster.
There was 3 boosters.
I did pneumonia, and I just took 1 booster. And I probably did COVID test. I needed Tibetha every 2 weeks, and there's nothing. When the cough came, she didn't even ask. I had to tell her, give me a COVID test. She goes, why? I said, how do I know what is this? And she says, you don't need COVID test. I said, yeah, I want a COVID test for me and my wife. So it turned negative. Like she didn't even blink.
No.
She didn't even blink. But I'm not just blaming her. She's working for a company.
She's told what to do.
And she's told what to do by a company that are criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, criminals. The CVS and Walgreens, plus the rest of them, pay the United States government. I don't know where this $10 billion are going.
Yeah.
Because
What are they going to do with the $10 billion? Who are they going to give it
all
to?
these parents lost their kids.
Mm-hmm. And the parents lost their parent. I mean, the kids lost their parents.
They lost their
Their
parents.
grandparents.
Yep. And they admit, if me and you did 10 pills and those kids did 10 pills and went to prison,
If me and you sold them half a pill,
half
half
a
a pill,
prison term, right?
we would have federal charges brought up against us.
And the bigger ones.
Yes, huge ones.
This is today's newspaper. So, the only reason you be Marochadach, pay attention, be careful. This coffin, it scares the hell out of me because I know in 2019, my mom was in the hospital, my mom. And they said, take her home. There's nothing we can do. And all the hospitals I know for 30 years, all the surgeons I know. But you know what she had? Corona. They didn't know what the hell it was. So they gave her this and they gave her vitamin. What vitamin you give a 90-some-year-old person, right?
I mean, that's all I did.
And when 2020 came, March 2020, all of a sudden the whole world broke apart and says this, Miss LaFontaine, they own 30-some dealers. Yala Ilahuri. She died December 19, 2019. And they said complication. When they found out about Corona, April and May, they dug up her body from the cemetery.
Really?
And they checked. She had the same thing they called Corona back in 2019. She was only 64 years old.
I had it.
And doing all the commercials on TV.
I had it the Christmas before it even was known by the whole world. I had it on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. I had it. I went to my doctor.
2019?
Yeah. I went to my doctor, Dr. Hassu. I love her. She's an excellent doctor. She gave me a round of antibiotics. I go back. I finished all the antibiotics. I go to her doc. Nothing is happening. I'm still coughing. And then she goes to me, you have an upper respiratory infection. I got me the upper respiratory infection. It was COVID.
I have no clue.
And then she gave me steroids.
I think they should change the name now, believe it or not.
They just
That's
changed
what
it
happened to me and my family
bullshit
last
19.
48 hours after 2 weeks ago when I was coughing like crazy. And Michael was coughing. How long yours lasted?
Just a week.
A week?
All I had was RSV.
Huh?
You just had a respiratory system virus.
Oh, okay, respiratory. I didn't know we all went to medical school.
They're just mysteriously popping up all over the place now.
Yeah.
There was nowhere to be found in the United States, but now after COVID, it's just mysteriously
Is
popping
that
up
what
everywhere.
happened to
What a coincidence.
my friends own a lot of labs? They own MRIs. They own surgeries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say they were booming, right? And things slowed down. Can you imagine what Walgreens and them are crying about? How many billions they made during Corona? We begged, we sat out in the hallway at urgent cares for 4 hours, 6 hours, car line, 6 hours, so they can give you the thing up your nose that takes a second that you can do at home.
I didn't do it not a single time.
You know? Well, when you got
I know. I mean, you're different.
No, when you got a grandchild, not just me, Armentau, that is 2 months old, and another one from my daughter, another year-old example, and my 90-some-year-old mother, I had to make a decision. Do I affect him? I don't.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
I can take a bullet.
You thought of them before you thought of yourself. 100%. That's why you did it.
100%. 100. But now
you're not the only one that fell for it, believe it or not, because you thought of your family before you thought of yourself.
So أخواته وخطواته أيها خموخو شيث بشوا the Hona Patrick Kakos is going to read the funerals. Also, your cousin died, right? And the one we prayed for last week, just in Toronto. Amor. Los. He is your grandpa's nephew, right?
Yeah.
Grandpa's nephew.
Bert أمتد يمي.
Yeah, بس ساوخ.
Yeah, well, just Bert أمتد يمي.
Yeah. So, in Alam Hasela, I heard, he suffered and boom, gone.
أخوان النجدة دو نبيل.
Yeah. Yep. I talked to Nabil. So the Hazio the Ta'ziyatha will be back to Honesty Bahur and I.
يمشي ويستاذي ليه بدنا شنوخ بركلي مصالاي بقيتها طلب لي تخازنوخ لبي مليام جناها ثالي دمر النوخ كم تيلا باثي قاموخ خبلي تخير النوخ يمشي
شلام اللوخو شما عزيزة أنا موخو باتريك كاكوس امشوني للخاية بديناي حسيد ماثيو تامس جورج بهاو رازد قورتي أث أربو شابا بالسرب مخشكة بكاث إسرائيل دي مدى لها هم امشوني للخاية بديناي حسيد سليمان يوسف نيسان بهاو رازد قورتي أذ خمشو شابا بالسرب مخشكة بإيتد مر يوسف بمذيتد شروي أخواث وخثواث عزيزة امشوني للخاية بديناي خقوردي لعزيز الشوديان عمار زيا اللوس اجيوي ورازد قورتي بقاوي تورونتو أونتاريو قدش لرازد قورتي مع اليوثد مطران روبرت سعيد جرجيس ألا محاسيلة وألها محاسة كلها ميثا دمشونيلا بيناثا وألها يا ولاني خوثة ومبصخلة بقاود ملكوثة دشمية
خيري وصلي وديتها طيري عذابوخ لك مستهلن دمر النوخ شو خايطالو كاسد عذاب اشتلوخ قاولا واللوخ شوق لي غلام جيبو خاث دقلاثو
يمشي حو يستاذي لبي نشنو
بركلي مصالايب هيتا طلب لي تخازنو
لبي مليام قناها ثاني تمر النوخ
كم تيلا باثقا خبلي تخيرن
هاي على الطيبين يا ابو اسماعيل. مر عالجواد زيد يا بزيد هلا امر عالجواد زيد هلا وعطرهن جديد البنيابو هلا يا ابو منذر يا ابو منذر اسمع شقولاني على الطيبين. هلا امير زبادي تلقى الضيف ويهلي بخطار اللي فوق عقبل هلا يا بخطار اللي او عقب العجم عليهم يابا حزين الدار ولدل عليهم. حزينة يا ابو حزين الدار ولدل عليهم كرام وينشد الخاطر يابا. هلا يابا كرام وينشد الخاطر عليهم دشلهم يا قلبي عليهم. يابا دشلهم يا قلبي دشلهم يا قلبي عليهم وجر الحزن كل داير. هلا يابا وجر الحزن كل داير سنة
رام حاسيلا كلها أخونا باتريك مقاريلا كله أخو especially ناشديا ونشوات أخونا ستيف بهورا وخوري نبيل أخونا أمير مثل خشون تمل وما خنا تورانتو زي الأخو كله أخو مصلي الأخو إمن روتا ألا كبي والبشكار منن إلى
نجدد نبيل كله أخو نتعامل بقى تورانتو ألام حاسيلة مني ومن يمي I'm sorry لثوابا داثخو تورانتو كذوتن كنعان خالي ثيلة و نثوابا داثخو بس و such late short notice.
That's okay. It's okay but what it can be but it's not okay. ما داد ناشا. ألام حاسيلة أخونا نبيل وعائلته كل إيش قال كان مخواري نبيل I'm a junior كنا مشينا لتورانتو. أخونا نبيل we were first class قام junior ثيلم ديترويت كيت young man زيل الخوذة تامو بتورانتو إلى أخوات الدواء لبنان it doesn't matter يعني خد كزالة and there's love between him and عائلة نبيل with أخونا junior who's saying Roberts with the Razib beautiful it's very hard كزالة ناشا هذا يعني عائلة دي تا مطاعم تامة وخشن فود وير هاوس بس بانكويت بس تا مطاعم ايطاليين لا هراني ممثلين يا رؤساء تورونتو كزالات تامة you have to حملة بلاين إلى توب 5-star restaurant وكمحكا إيطالي كاميرون نبيل كمحكي لي كدواوا بإيطاليا بتاع كندا لا ثيلا الأمريكا زلا تامة يلبلا محكو إيطاليين
مهم نجدد أخونا إلى قويرة إيطالية
هذا قويرة هما exactly so علام حاسيلة أخونا نبيل وعائلته فما خمنا هارم جان أورم وجان زي أورم وأخونا ستيف و we looking forward خازوخ له ضربار اللي جانوخو وصالة كلها الليلة easy أنا وايد محكي ولا last week أضعي تابع دريا بس تتيجا يعني بعمري آخم شو يسترش إنه يمكن تمحسيت بابي وغلقا خورته كما من تستيف we love you guys زي دارين عقار خورته جاي because أنا بسياقة كان بيزال up north وبفيارو وبنولو ما قد كيبن قحكن نقدر ناي تداث بابي بالي because I spent a lot of time with them but أخو محكوي أخني ده داي flu ميرخ كافن عيش آلة كم خابيري خاخوري ده إلى director of homeland security Wayne County in the United States آخو camera ده ميرا لكن CDC ما قرر CDC with the order not enforced yet that ناشم شارع بالواشا mask يوخ mixed up أنا وزدي هردر منه يزدي تيمي زدي تيالي ديالي زدي
nobody's gonna wear it. No. A lot of I'm not gonna say nobody. 80% of the people are not gonna wear it.
That's the problem.
Because they cannot be trusted no more. Because they lied to us over and over and over and over. The CDC, the WHO.
I don't get mixed in politics.
I've read it. I've looked at what they've done. I've looked at how Pfizer lied to everybody, told them you have protection when you take the shot, when they admitted to the European Union that you don't, and they lied.
So could it have Iraq mako di tama mask wani?
That's true, Mas Tama.
So who counts the death?
Ham kha lebu khazet b'gad mask. Ham kha.
Do they even have vaccine?
I probably not.
I didn't think
that's probably why they're still alive.
Well, we're not gonna mix politics with it. So for right now, I you know what? First time I say I understand you on this business. On this business,
I don't understand how people trust this government.
And what CVS and the rest of them did with
you cannot trust this government.
We read first few years they got opiate was tough, and now they just hide it. You know, when a young man died, they say, oh, he had a heart attack or she had a heart attack.
Yeah, now it's just common that the young men have myocarditis and they're dropping dead at 18 to 35, 40 years
So
old.
what can we do about that? So another news with Metro Airport. You know, did you go through Metro Airport or you drove to Toledo, right?
Metro.
Or Flint? So one out of every four cars parked at Metro, one out of every four, Kudakam Arabo, Parokiba blue lot, private lots, county lots, are being stolen.
Really?
Because they cut back their budget with their security. And as usual, as the paper said today, nobody's watching the video. You think the thief had an inside call?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Even if he
And
didn't.
they charge double, by the way, compared to private parks.
Even if they didn't, يلا بيزال هذا الشركة صنعي لها سيارات بقناوي from the factory.
I called my gate guy for a friend of mine who's got a gate on his house. And the storm hit it and knocked out the power where the bars are. You know, the handle open the gate like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Fred, you got to come now, man. Yani, this is a 6-month-old problem. How do you think a gate? My brother John, I can't. I'm so busy replacing gates for factories where the new cars are.
Yeah.
My firm is so busy, we don't stop.
Yeah.
We get called 5, 10, 12 calls a day.
It's getting bad, man.
I'm talking about when new Mustang, new Chargers, new Escalade are parked inside the factory 24 hours open with security guard being there. They come
They
in,
don't
6,
care.
7 of them inside the Escalade, like theirs. They get in, and they have a new electronic thing. You know, they don't need our keys anymore, just on their phone.
Yeah.
And they start the cars and take off.
They make the key fob.
They made the key fob. So now, says Metro Airport, people are coming back. They look. No, they floor number 2, floor number 3. You think the airport told them your car got stolen? No.
You think the airport cares?
No, that's what it says. So that's news to watch for. Then I come to Iraq. There was a young man, Mu'kele Abu Al-Halabu Muhandis in Iraq, Twitter, 16-year-old. They put him. Mu'kele died in Islamani, Kamqatlila Airport, America, when they killed him when Trump shot down missile in that guy.
Oh, okay.
There was Muhandis, Iraqi intelligence guy, Iranian, and there was the Soleimani.
Yeah.
This guy wrote in Twitter and said he was a killer. He killed a lot of young Iraqi doing a protest. So they said, why did you attack an Iraqi parliament member? In 1962, there was a law, I don't know who was the president then or what minister. And so they jailed him yesterday for 3 years because he spoke and called one of the ministers a liar. The minister, as the Wall Street Journal just say, he wasn't Iraqi, he was Iranian. The head of intelligent Iranian militia that was running the government at the time for Iraq because of Daesh.
Back then? Back then they were a monarchy in 62.
No. The law was enacted in 62, so they used it against the kid just now.
Oh.
Because he insulted.
So there's no statute of limitations
Not
there,
only
obviously.
that, they insulted the Minister of Intelligence.
The Office of the Minister
Office of Intelligence. That happened to be Iranian, appointed that month with Soleimani to cause all the problems. So Trump said, okay, here's a nice rocket. Boom, they got at the airport, right?
Yeah.
So they put the young man, 16 years old. The reason I'm talking about
When did this happen?
This last couple of days.
Oh,
and the reason I'm talking about it, there's thousands and thousands. I don't know if you saw it. You were just in Iraq a week ago. Young Iraqis are on the street. Said, kill us. We're going to do just like Iranians are doing.
Yeah, I mean.
They said, kill us. You want to kill us? We want
fed
to
up
change
with
this.
it,
They're fed up with
They're
the
fed
young
up.
people. So the article, it was on a couple of weeks ago, Bimardo. Young people all over Middle East now finally, they're tired of these dictatorships, these monarchies. And I just wonder one day when England's going to turn into a 700-year-old monarchy. That makes, I saw that little trail, what do they call that? What's that king's name or prince? Harry?
Oh, the documentary?
Yeah.
On Netflix?
I saw just a few minutes, and it says their public relation company, wow,
Mm.
of the Queen says keep the name out. Hire paparazzi. Call them up, and if they complain why there's paparazzi, they're the one told
They're the ones that
paparazzi
are
where they're
hiring.
going to be.
Yeah, they call them and give them a heads
So
up
that
of
same
what's
thing
going
is
on.
happening in British that they destroy on half of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening in the Middle East, and they created all these kingdoms, and they created all these dictatorship. I don't know, what does it say? You were there. $170 billion was missing in 2022.
I mean, let me tell you something. There's no country or prime minister or president that's perfect or hasn't done anything wild, to say the least.
To get there.
You know what I mean? So, هما خليلة angels.
Yeah, بس تعمل غير شكل, Steve. كي تقاي كمان تعمل غير شكل. I live both sides, right? If you're a lobbyist and you pay someone, it's legal. But if you write a check, it's illegal. Tamo, at least they do it their way because they did it so long. So if you're a child, you went to university, you went to Harvard, and you went back to Middle East, you used to, even if you're most genius guy at Harvard and left MIT and went back home, you see the kingdom, and you see the kings, and you see the like the England, and you say, oh, okay, because you're brainwashed from your father and grandfather, great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Here they figure out why so much opiate was sold. Why the guy, what they call that guy, FTX, Michael...
Sam Bankman,
yeah.
Freed.
He took $25 billion of other people's money.
They were all in
and
on
sold.
it,
What do you call that? Crypto.
Cryptocurrency.
Even Brady and all them were.
He was just the fall guy, man.
So I'm saying that dictatorship, the tamo. So damn if you live here and damn if you don't live here or go there. We say this is the greatest country on the earth, and it is. Thank God. We're the only home. We Chaldean only, not Iraqian. Not any other nationality. We're the only people on earth let that home to go back to.
Yep.
Now I can tell you right now, Steve, you just won a $10 million غلبلوه معكم بصورة بربيل يا بغداد go live there. I can. I gotta.
أنا دهكي بمزالي.
بزالو عيش ديان نقطكيت. بيش تاما.
بزالي.
وما بدوذت.
ما بدوذن. بزالي بعيش ما خاذ.
منخفض جيبه
بس لك العربي حبيبي
ولك العربي ما انا حكيته من ماني ما حكيته
محكى سورة قلت سورة تاما بزالي العنكاوة
انت بيت طالق
إلى بيوتيفول تاما
I know بس ليلة عياش اخواثا
قيلة عياش
because Indians هنو ديا ناخذ كزال الإنديا rich poor powerful surgeons
بس أخني لو هنو
they go back. Why? It's free country.
بس بمرنو هذا أن أذ بلد بايش بزالة بأرخدي لبزالة بقاوة دا لزي هاويلن بلد بعد.
I think هرايتن أخنيك زالن.
Okay.
بس سيتا مداثو جيبو. I like that.
أنا already زلي قل ثيلو. تنباخر تجيانو خذ سؤال.
Because I was coughing, remember?
أنا زلي. أخذ زدة الجيانو.
إيه هذا. أنا زدن.
أخذ أنا لك زدن.
أنا زدن because.
أنا إتي هي مانوثة بقى يشوع مشيخة.
تيالي وتيمي وبسهم. على وازالي أنا مقمني because don't get me sick, just get rid of me. Because I live 50 lifetime. أنا بعد ما عايزلي. كلاكم يقول لي كل من دي.
حبيبي.
7 Mile was good to us. You forgot talking about 7 Mile.
إيمان كيبيلن بشاقلنا إنه تشونا شلبا وتشوف دي بحث.
Okay, so you're gonna promise.
لا دكاترة ديوخ. لا مستشفى ديوخ. لا مخطاثة. لا درمانانة.
إيمان زيزالو باك so زاريم مخايط.
لا بيدمرن ده. محكوية مسام ومحكوية تام مي. بعراق وبخازوخ إيمان زراجوخ.
I'm not part of the محكيثة.
لا you're part of it, John. You're my favorite Democrat.
Michael, Democrat is right there.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
independent right
he's
now.
a hardcore lefty.
Not that kind of independent politician.
Yeah.
It's the first time I didn't vote for no one.
Yeah, I ain't wearing no mask. I'm straight. The CDC can go to hell.
You don't wear a mask?
Nope.
When you
I
were,
never did, even
when you
during
were a
all
baby,
of COVID.
your mom's got pictures.
For what? Yeah, of course.
Were
have
you in
pictures.
diapers?
Yeah, of course.
I need to see those pictures.
Yeah.
If you had diapers, you should put mask on.
Why?
Because you were covering something.
Well, because something's coming out of that hole. Something stanky's coming out of that hole. Nothing's coming out of this one.
telling you.
I don't feel like breathing in my own CO2, recycled CO2.
So I know you're a big boy right now, but you must have been skinny when you were born.
I was.
I swear.
I was a very skinny kid.
Were you?
Yeah. And with Gildo Garma.
Michael was like that.
Mm-hmm.
How many pounds were you, Michael? You don't know, aren't you Googling?
He's going to Google how many pounds he was. Really, John?
Michael. He talks to Sarah. You know Siri?
Siri? Yeah,
Yes.
I talk to her all the time.
Yeah. Did you get her address yet or anything?
Hey, Siri, what's your address?
Yeah. I don't know. Steve talking.
These days, anywhere there's an Apple device.
He's talking to Siri live.
Yeah, you see?
George.
What's up, George? Man, that's my boy, George, man.
Thank you, Khawato Khatwato. Thank you for watching us.
أجاني صور أربيل وبغداد والعراق هلك مغزق
What
له.
happened, Michael?
You guys kept talking about nonsense.
Nonsense, you see? Fine.
Oh my God.
بعد
So
المرزول
Steve,
بقاون. عمي لا.
Steve, كم يقولنا أخوات وخطوات بدارخ على خطر يوم خن طلاقه. Beautiful pictures and videos. I thought he needed more time to put together. What?
This is how you get them to watch the next show. You say, watch on Wednesday to see Steve's pictures.
Wednesday, you see?
But Christmas is coming. We're going to start playing Christmas songs, right, George? I know you and my grandkids
We might
keep
as well
singing
hold a
Christmas
telethon.
songs, right? And my grandkids got, each one of them got two handheld phones. Now, every time I look, they didn't even look at me over dinner. Were they busy texting, or is that what they were doing? On social media.
No phones allowed at our dinner table with any kids.
Thank you. Tell their father right there.
Amen. Those are his kids.
No, I was
can't tell them
invited
what to
guests.
do.
What does that mean?
Huh?
I was invited guests.
Well, you're their cut too. Don't forget.
Yeah, but they jump in the car, Kutka's car. You didn't see my back seat. Miles, through all my books and my brochures, and Miles have to destruct things. But you know what's so beautiful was about when we left on Diama Friday? Was it Friday?
Yeah.
He held my hand. It was snowing a little bit, as you know. From the table we were leaving to the car, and he explained 15 things to me at the same time because he had a lot to tell me, Miles. Miles is the middle one that runs the show.
Yeah,
Right, George?
He's a smart one, huh?
He took after his father, yeah. So he says, Cuck, I have stories to tell you. Hey, you're going from here to there. What story you got?
How many stories are you going to tell?
No, you know why he did that, Steve? He was covering for his phone that he was sitting there. He didn't look at anybody. He hugged me outside. Cuck, let me tell you these stories. So it was a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
But the phones, I like Steve's idea. No phones
No, there
at
has
dinner.
to be like my sisters.
They don't look
My
at the
kids
phone
don't
at
look
the
at
dinner
their
table.
phones at the dinner
No,
table.
the thing is there's a schedule.
What were
of
they
time.
looking at?
We were out to dinner and Andiamo's.
Yeah,
My entire crew, my staff.
yeah.
So to keep the kids quiet.
Oh, okay, I see what you did.
And who-
All right.
guess who-
Once in a while, yeah, you got to pull out
And-
that. You got to pull out that nuclear option.
Exactly. Every
You
now
know
and
what I
Hold
mean?
on a
Yeah.
minute. You think I came there because of your crew
He's not even
or
talking
my
about
wife
that.
or your wife? I came there because of those three,
Exactly.
not the other people sitting there. But so you mean I got to,
You went there for the food,
I
John.
understand.
You went there for the
I
food.
did eat that steak, didn't I,
Okay,
George?
so don't even try it.
No, I went there for my grandkids.
And the food.
No,
No.
really, I went there for my grandkids.
Should
I
we
knew they'll
believe
be
him?
there. But usually they tease me, as you see them on social media. I always do that. So thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
رام حسال خونخ نبيل وعائلتهم from us here, John Zia Oram Show. Thank you, Michael Oram. Thank you, Patrick Kakos. Thank you. We love you all. You almost say nothing wrong with me. Right? Nothing.
You'll be all right.
I'll be all right. Love you, yo. Mwah.